Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I got a trailer. It had an overage. One pallet left. I got to take the load back, the trailer back up to Newville instead of picking up another load. So whatever. So I'm riding with one pallet on board. Lightweight. I want to do a video. I'm gonna call it. It has the left gone to left. You know, I know that sounds strange and crazy. Let's talk about it. I'm from North Carolina. I'm from here. You know, and I talk about how, you know, I don't wanna ever move back, you know, because of, you know, crime and how, you know, stuff is really not the way it was before, and the amount of money I make, I think I do pretty well in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of leftists. There's a lot of leftists that view Fetterman and other Democrats and say they don't go far enough. And the older I get, the more I feel like that's just BS. That's just total BS. Let's talk about it. That's just total BS. And I say that because of the fact, you know, we was almost all the way to the back. I make that point very clear because of the fact that, you know, Fetterman's maybe not been as hard on Israel as they'd like. I guess for me, as a leftist, I don't look at politics and see it as an end-all solution to problems in society. I mean, of course, North Carolina has pretty much chosen to just deny climate change, and you know, they've made laws to that fact. And I get it. When everybody's talking about tranny bathrooms and this, that, and the third, people miss that. People miss that part. Of course, climate change is the real problem. And to the kids, yeah, we let you down. Okay, we let you down. But when I look at Governor Roy Cooper, you know, he became governor when I was living up here. I think he's one of the best governors North Carolina's ever had. I really do. I love that man. I think he's a hell of a governor. The way he handled COVID and all that. When I look at you know, John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, you know, I think he's a hell of a senator. I put some money behind his election. I don't feel like I was cheated at all. I don't feel like I was cheated in any way. People are like, well, he's not leftist enough. See, that's weak people, and they think that the government's the end all. Let me tell you something. We're going to the far right in America. You understand? We're moving far right as a country. Guess what? Fetterman's a moderate Democrat, but you really have to live in Pennsylvania to know what I'm saying. To say that he is a breath of fresh air. He really is. I mean, he really is. I think he's a hell of a senator, and on much and it's like Republicans talking about Biden. You know, you have to recognize the moment we live in with these things. You have to look at the moments. There's things you can do today you couldn't do yesterday, and vice versa. Biden was dealing with a president that basically said, "Fuck all the regulations. We do what we want." What that means is he's got to achieve somewhat of that same, if you want to call it superhero, you have to be that. He can't just 100% go back to all the regulations. So when they had that point, that train crash in Palestine, everybody's like, oh, well, where's Biden? Where's Biden? That's Trump's business that did that. Don't you realize Obama wanted to create like special breaks for the trailers? Republicans go against that. So you can't say you won't make America great again, and then when trains start crashing and planes start crashing, then you're mad at Democrats. It don't work that way. You see, so Biden has a tough road to drive. He's a tough hill to cross, a tough river to cross here. And that's just the way it is. He's got to play by the rules of a game that was established before we got in office. That's facts. You know, I think that the left wants somewhat of a FDR, and maybe FDR isn't what we have. Maybe we got to make the best of what we have, and that ain't FDR, and that ain't Jimmy Carter. I mean, I look back at history sometimes, and you read about Jimmy Carter putting solar panels on the roof of the White House. I was like, wow. You know what I mean? They don't teach kids history anymore. They don't teach kids about the two V's, victory at home, victory abroad against fascists. They don't teach them about that. Fighting against Nazism, and then fighting against white supremacy at home. Jim Crow and Jane Crow, that the vice president, FDR's vice president, was fighting to desegregate in 41. You don't hear anybody talk about that kind of stuff. You don't. So nobody knows history. Nobody can understand history. But I really do think that, I think we're lucky. And that's part of me just being old. I'm old now. You know, I'm not 23, I'm not 21 years old no more. I'm old. And I look at it as though we have people. I mean, John Fetterman put the rainbow flag out in front of his office when he was mayor in Pennsylvania. You know, I think that we've got good hands on some issues. And the danger is the Republican Party that's just willing to just destroy the government, shut down the government to achieve their goals and achieve their wishes. You know, and that's the real danger, ultimately. And we'll deal with it, or we won't. But some of the route, and it's made me turn away from some of the people I used to follow. I'm still leftist. You know, I'm still Anthony Davis. I'm still a big time Anthony Davis weekend show guy, big time. I'm a technocrat. But some of this far left stuff, it makes me sick. It makes me sick because you have, I'm talking about the Leahy Amendment. You have things that liberals have fought to create to make it Leahy. I think I saying they can't fund juntas. They can't fund like groups that commit atrocities overseas and stuff. Like you have stuff we have fought to establish, and you're ignoring those things to just jump on people who have to play the game. Once again, there's a moment. You have to live in a political moment. This isn't the 70s. You're not gonna see Lyndon Baines Johnson walking. That's not the case. We have to live in the moment. We can read history, but you can't live in it. And I think that for some of this leftist stuff, they're irrational. They don't realize how right-wing Pennsylvania and I'd say our aspects of North Carolina really are. And to see liberals, to see people with that leaning get somewhere, to climb to the Capitol or reach to the that's I think that we should take a moment and acknowledge that that's a success. We can't stop Israel. You can't. And yeah, if you try to get in their way, they're gonna call you anti-Semitic. Yeah, that happens. And Fetterman knows it. And I get that. I guess different for a black man because like racism, like knowing how like some white people are like careful about it. I understand how someone like that would be careful about being considered anti-Semite. I get that. I'm not upset about that at all. I get that. It's like a white man would be concerned about, using the N-word or saying the wrong thing, boy. I get it. I get that. Makes sense. That doesn't. I don't see that as like you're not doing your job. We're gonna get you put out of office. No, I understand. I don't blame you.